And Michael Völkel is one of the co-authors of the Encyclopedia of Idols. I find it really interesting that Marlene, in her old age, became such a recluse, and that's exactly what Greta Garbo did, who's someone else that you've also mentioned in your book. It's as if both of them were afraid to actually damage their idol status with the fact they could become an old woman in the eyes of the public. Just how much does youth have to do with having credibility as an idol?
Das ist natürlich sehr wichtig.
Well, it's very important. You could say that dying young is an advantage because then you stay young forever. Marlene Dietrich didn't leave her house for 10 years because she didn't want to wreck the myth. Greta Garbo was out of the public eye for 40 years, and Brigitte Bardot isn't an idol anymore because she's aged. It applies to men, too. Elvis Presley said that he got tired of being Elvis Presley. If your head gets too big, then it breaks your neck. Idols constantly have to prove their status, that they're really as wonderful as they're perceived to be. And the older you get, the harder it is.
And of course, the fact that they are simply human beings makes it that much more difficult to preserve that image. Now, you've gathered 100 idols together here in this encyclopedia. What actually makes someone into an idol? How do they reach that status?
Idols are people who overshadow everything. They've brought something new into the world. They behave in an exceptional manner, and that makes them unforgettable. A cult emerges, and what makes them special is that they're so far away and unattainable that you never get to see they have weaknesses, too.
And yet some of them actually, like Marlene, worked very hard at preserving this image, so not all of it is natural or due to achievements. Sometimes it's something that is actually sort of artificially created. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Now, the word idol, when I think of it, it usually carries with it sort of an idea of adulation and glamour. And I found it interesting that you include someone like Mahatma Gandhi in here. Is Mahatma Gandhi really someone that can be considered as an idol, or is he really more representative of an ideal?
Yes, surveys asking people who their idols are generally turn up Mother Teresa as an icon of the century, but she isn't so much an idol. She's more of an ideal, like Albert Schweitzer or Mahatma Gandhi, who was against violence. But we've included them anyway because many people see them as idols. In fact, the real figure of an idol is very different.
And why do we need idols at all?
You can feel for them. People who've been through something extraordinary can give others who live duller lives a vicarious experience of it. These are people who overshadow everything and give others a kind of strength.
Now, you stumbled across some really bizarre bits of information in your research. For instance, the fact that Maria Callas swallowed a tapeworm in order to lose 28 kilos. What's another one of your favorite anecdotes?
Well, Greta Garbo owned some valuable pictures, and she had them packed in glass cases so the sun wouldn't damage them. And the cult surrounding some idols are interesting. For example, after the death of Diana, you could go on tours from the hotel to the tunnel. There was even a secretary who cried so much that she was fired. She went to court and received $10,000 compensation on the basis that crying for 4 weeks after the death of your idol is no reason to lose your job.
Well, for anyone who wants to learn more about the quirks and quarks of some of the lives of these many celebrities, probably a terrific Christmas gift. Thank you, Michael Völkel,
Thank you
for coming in and telling us about it.